Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Afternoon Market Action. My name is Glenn.
My name is Ryan.
So what? So there.
So what? Get out of here.
Hey, by the way, you did a great job on Power Hour today. Just wanted to say, I watched you a little bit. You know, you did pretty darn good, even though I'm not your co-host, but that's all right.
Thank you, partner.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Anyway. If you can hear us loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let us know that we are coming in loud and clear. You know who's here?
Like the alert hasn't hit quite yet.
No. You know who's here?
Who?
Kiwi Meow is here.
Oh, I do love that name.
Kiwi is here. Kiwi was in also Jockey Club today.
Okay.
Under the other name, so I won't put that out there. So I'm listening.
I'm curious. Who is joining us for the first time that watched the Power Hour this morning?
There you go. There you go. Type a one in the room. If you're brand new to Afternoon Market Action, but due to the Power Hour today. All right, just type a one in the Kiwi. You're not brand new. You're not brand new. Illy? I think that's Illy. Anybody else? I'm just curious. I'm waiting for the alert to hit too.
What time did you set the alert for?
Like 10 o'clock in the morning.
I think it came in right now because it's starting to jump up a little bit.
All right, there we go. I heard part of the Power Hour was multitasking. I heard, but what was multitasking? Okay, I got you. All right. Alert just hit. Hi, Janice. All right. So with that being said, we got a lot to talk about. Ryan's picks, my picks, what's going on in the market, news, a whole bunch of stuff going on. All right. I am getting ready for the hurricane, but couldn't miss the show. Yeah, we're getting ready for the hurricane too up here in North Carolina. We're gonna get it too. We it's gonna be don't stop, get it. We're gonna get it. So listen, uranium's still going up. As a matter of fact. I did that as a short today, Ultra Magnus. I did two shorts, fill in for Ryan since he had Power Hour. I did a short on uranium, and I did a short on the Chinese bump. So whether or not I was buying the news. So usually Ryan does shorts because he's really good at them. But I filled in today. I did two. Tomorrow I'll do two. Friday I'll do two because Ryan's going to be on vacation starting tomorrow. So,
yeah, unfortunately, I planned the worst time to go to the beach.
Way to go, bro. That's great timing. That's like market timing, but you missed it. So there you go.
You know, if anything, I'm going out to Wilmington on the East Coast, and as of right now, it looks like that's the only safe area in the Southeast. But time will tell.
Mark says, "Why would you short uranium?" I'm not thinking about shorting uranium.
Woo, no. Oh, he's talking about YouTube Shorts. I think that's what.
Was he trying to make a play on words? Because if he did, it was horrible. Mark, if
or,
that
or
was,
he may not know the term that.
If he was trying to make a play on words, it was horrible. All right, we got a lot of people here. Let's get into it. Joey, put me on this screen. Joey's here in the background as well. Let's go start it off by looking at what's going on in the market. Market's at a level of resistance right here at the high. I talked about this in the Jockey Club today. We had a little bit of a squeeze pattern going here. Not pristine, but a squeeze pattern. We had a level of resistance that we couldn't get through. We had a gap. Gaps like to be filled. Looks like we're getting not into the gappy level yet, but a down day in the market, right at all of those things. A squeeze, a level of resistance, the gap. All I want you guys to do is just keep your eyes on what's going on. Joey really needs to be president in 2024. Why?
Why?
Janice says, that's right, Ryan, no injuries. The last injury was like a really...
Yeah, no, thank you for that, Janice.
It was a sissy injury. It really was a sissy injury.
I got taken out by a snowboarder in Colorado while skiing.
I don't know why you're young enough. You should have been able to just snap back right away. I hope that you have a good time while you're gone. I'm going to try to hold it down. All right. With that being said, I'm looking at the indicators. The buy-to-sell ratio still above 1, but trending down. The MTI or underlying trend of the market still above this level, this trend line, but trending down. And I've got moving averages on MTI. I've got moving averages on RT. All of this is coming to just say be careful. All right, take what the market gives you, but be careful. All right, let's go start talking about the news that's out there. Hold on. And there we go. Let's start off with the first one. September consumer confidence falls the most in 3 years. Interesting as, all right, so I'm going to give you my insight on it. Interesting as we got the 50 basis cuts. 50-point basis cuts. You would think that would be a good thing, and I'm sure that the consumer confidence is a lagging indicator after the cut. Consumer confidence falls. That means inflation is still a problem, and we still know that it is a problem. But I'm hoping that the cut spurs up the economy enough. I still think it's going to drive inflation a little higher. We will see. We will see. I am all for the market going higher. But I always want you guys to be aware of what's going on so that you don't get blindsided. I hate that. I never want you guys to be blindsided. Ryan, what do you think about the consumer confidence?
I say that the market kind of shrugged it off yesterday.
Okay.
To be honest, but it was the biggest 1 month drop since 2021. So I did a short on it when the data came out yesterday. But essentially, I mean, the interest rate cut's here. Like you said, it's a lagging indicator. And that's the reason why the Federal Reserve felt the need to have an interest rate cut, right? Because they saw weakness in the economy. If they didn't see weakness in the economy, well, then they probably wouldn't have cut the interest rate. So I'm not too surprised by that. I don't think it's really changing the tone of anything. I think there's still uncertainty and, outside, like geopolitical issues, things of that nature. Obviously, the election's around the corner, so expect volatility, but the trend is still up. So play the trend. Let it be your friend, right?
Okay, I got you. Joey, did you know that My Pillow endorsed you for president?
Your pillow did?
No, not My Pillow. The guy for My Pillow. That's what Mark says.
The guy from My Pillow.
I mean, that's what John says. All right. So both of us are bullish on oil right now. I'm not sure how long I want to be bullish on it for because I think that oil is being so manipulated. It should have been above $100 by now, but oil prices jump on long-awaited Chinese stimulus, which happened. I'm selling the news on the Chinese stimulus. And Middle East worries. So oil is starting to rise. Crude oil market has been looking desperately towards Chinese authorities for further easing measures to counter the economic slowdown. Also boosting oil are Israel's latest airstrikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon that have raised fears of a wider war in the region and a potential supply disruption. That potential supply disruption should have been going on since the beginning of this war because it's in the Middle East and more Middle East countries will be dragged into it, which will affect oil. So short term, I think that as this comes more into play, short term, I'm a little bullish on oil, but I still think it's being manipulated. And I know that we as a country are still making or creating more oil than anybody in the world right now.
Yeah,
we are
the leader.
All right, so we're producing more oil than anybody.
Me personally, I did the short last week. I've talked about it a couple times, but anytime that hurricanes are in the Gulf,
right,
oil goes up. And more often than not, oil's going to go up with a hurricane in the Gulf. So once the hurricane leaves, I wouldn't be surprised to see oil, pull back down.
I'm with you on that 110%.
So I'm thinking more short term. Otherwise, if you are a long-term investor, I'd probably aim more for an oil dividend paying company.
There you go. All right, next story is yours. Good story. I saw this. I was going to use it, but I changed my mind. Surging AI demand could cause the world's next chip shortage, research says.
Yeah. So
you have control. You can move your mouse around.
Oh, okay. The last chip shortage caused by COVID, right? No surprise there at all, right? Supply chain issues. You couldn't get things in the country, obviously, due to the pandemic. Well, there's another issue I've talked about several times. The ports going on strike next month, October 1st, right? It's not garnering a lot of attention, but every article I'm seeing, they're still set to strike. And with interest rates cut, that's going to spur demand. With the potential closure of these ports, and on top of that, just AI demand in general right now is hot, right? Anything that can negatively affect the supply chain, which are the scenarios I just gave you, these stocks are going to thrive, right? Because more often than not, semiconductor chips are typically cyclical in nature as far as the industry. But the AI demand, I mean, that it's just been expanded. There's not much of a shortage when it comes to demand there right now.
Right.
But that being said, in this article, they talk about it, NVIDIA, things of that nature. My pick, Marvel. The reason why is because I know we've all talked about the potential for Intel to get bought out by Qualcomm. But, obviously with antitrust issues, probably not going to play out. I feel Marvel would be the buyout, more likely the buyout potential when it comes to that scenario. So if they don't get the buyout, it's in a great space, obviously. You see the article here. But if they do get the buyout, Marvel's probably going to jump quite a bit.
All right. So talking about the buyout, I've got my next story, Qualcomm acquiring Elements. That's going to be able to get them by the antitrust problem. Qualcomm acquiring Elements of Intel could support Western manufacturing. Capital raised by Intel could be used to strengthen its position in Western foundries, improving the global economic stability in relation to the balance of manufacturing power. Intel, for me, has been a company that's been around for a long time. And all of these newcomers to the game are blowing them out of the water. I think Intel rested on its laurels of its name of being Intel, and they fell behind, and now they're trying to catch up. So we'll see how that goes. I'm liking Intel short term. I like the momentum behind the play, but I don't know if it's got the legs to stand more than just a couple of 2-3 weeks. Amir says, please give your opinion on now it went way down today. On what? Which stock, Amir?
I do see, if you notice right above the picture, the one thing I'm seeing there in the article, a mid TSMC competition.
There you go.
I mean, Taiwan, they're our ally. Obviously, they're probably our most important trading partner because that's where we get all of our, more advanced computer chips from. But due to national security issues, the government, they want chip dominance here in the U.S.
Who makes TSMC's chips?
Taiwan.
No, I was going to say ASML.
No, they don't make their chip, but they supply the lithography machine.
Right.
Part of the manufacturing.
So.
But TSMC, I mean, everybody here in the States, all the chip designers, AMD, NVIDIA here in the States, Apple's M-chips, they're all going to TSMC because Intel can't, they can't keep up with the demand, but B, produce high quality chips like TSM can. So Intel's an interesting play. Ultimately, I mean, the U.S. government is, giving them a lot of money, so we'll see how they spend that money.
All right. Next one. That's yours too. I'm going to go over to mine first.
Yeah.
Record highs for gold and gold positioning. Gold has been quietly moving up, and it's enough that it caught my attention that I am probably going to put a gold stock into my portfolio today. The portfolio that we have between Ryan and I, we're going to take a look at those portfolios in a minute. But I think it's time for me to add gold to it. And I've got a couple of stocks in my list today. Record highs for gold. The dollar's going down. The cut is going to affect the dollar. Dollar's going down. It is what it is. Akshaya, that is ASML, AMAT, CLAC, LRCX makes machines for chips. Who's the leader in that space, Akshaya? It's one that's the leader. That would be ASML in that space. So that's a gold I'm in, says Lily. We do have some economic numbers coming out over the next couple of days. Could be market moving. Let's go look at those real quick. I think GDP is this week.
I think it's tomorrow, the revision.
Economic calendar.
I think it's a revision.
Let's go this week. Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is durable goods and GDP.
Okay.
Friday, PCE. So and then, and then Canada's got their GDP
tomorrow morning too.
Say again.
I think Jerome Powell speaks. Was that tomorrow morning?
Bauman speaks. Williams speaks. Barr speaks. Kashkari speaks. Powell Powell speaks at 9:20.
9:20. Okay, that's
It's
what I
like
thought,
all
right
of them
before
are
the market.
talking. They don't all need to be talking. Goodness gracious, that's a whole bunch of talking.
And all you're going to get in the market is a bunch of noise that day, probably. Too.
Yep.
So we'll
All
see.
right. Let's go to your mortgage story, and that's another big story. I got my ideas in regards to that. I think, the mortgage issue is going to be inflationary for housing. But talk about this story.
Yeah. So the 20% you're seeing is week over week basis, right? And the key of that, half of those applications, or just over half, 55%, are to refinance, right? And we've talked about this before, Glenn. As soon as these interest rates get cut, it's going to put a lot of pressure on housing.
But, is the refinance really worth it? The 50 basis point cut, what is the difference between what the mortgage rates are now and what they'll get refinanced for? It ain't a lot.
I don't know, but me personally, why would I refinance right at the beginning of the rate cut cycle? Why not wait towards the end? So I think we saw the initial jump here, but I'd imagine the real demand is going to come towards the end of the cycle, which is probably going to be right around the holidays, I imagine, going next spring. So we'll see. But so in this list, because housing it's a crisis in the United States. A lot of people can't afford it. There's a shortage. I don't like to get political, but I've heard both candidates. I don't really see a clear way to fix this issue. So I got a home builder on my list. I think home builders are going to rock and roll. It's actually tonight, 6 p.m. video. So I'm just giving you one home builder, but definitely check out the video tonight.
All right. If you're paying 7% and could save 50 and extend the loan, people will save what? Save 50% or $50? Because you ain't...
Or 50 basis points.
Which would be what, 6.5%? I don't know. I don't know if the rate cut was enough. I got you, Amir. I don't know if the rate cut was enough to get people to go run out or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are jumping out the house to go refinance now. Evidently, that's what it shows. Right.
I mean, it's a catch-22 because I'd imagine if you wait for the next cut,
it'll be lower.
Following cut, more demand, and the prices of the house will go up.
Yep.
You really got to balance that out, and you're taking a risk doing it.
The balance it out is to relinquish inventory, and people are still stuck or in a 2 to 3% loan. They're not even with the rate cuts. They're not going to refinance at 5 or 4%. That wouldn't make sense, right? All right. Next story, defense stock that I've talked about a lot. Rolls-Royce, can the stock set new highs? The stock is rocking. The civil aerospace segment with increased engine deliveries and renegotiated contracts remains the primary growth driver, complemented by defense and power systems. One of the stocks that I am currently trading in my real-world portfolio is DFEN, DFEN, which looks at the whole defense and aerospace and defense space. It's been doing well. Rolls-Royce has been a leader in that space, so I'm thinking that I will add Rolls-Royce into our portfolio today. I'll move that over for the gold prices. There you go.
All right. The first video I did this year, back in January, was on gold because I saw the inverse correlation. So when interest rates are rising, gold's supposed to come down, right? Stronger dollar. That didn't happen. It was an inverse correlation, right? And I don't see that change right anytime soon because now that interest rates are dropping, it's even going to push gold higher, right? But this is the real reason what's causing the problem. Central banks around the world are loading up on gold. I'm sure you've heard all the rumors of the BRICS nations trying to get off the U.S. dollar. There's a lot of things that are combating the dollar right now, and gold is a good hedge. And that's why I'm putting it in my portfolio today.
All right. There you go.
What's your opinion on gold?
John put out a real story in regards to the finance. I just looked at a $500,000 loan at 7%. Refinance it at 6.5%. Saves about $160 a month. Big deal. But for John, for a lot of people, that $160 a month could be a big deal.
Yeah.
It could be. And if that's the case, then again, the inventory doesn't get released because there's a lot of people who are locked into a 2 or 3%, and that's why nobody's selling just quite yet. Interesting. All right, Camtek, and I put this out because Akshay has been asking about this stock. And normally when Akshay is asking me about a stock, I'm not always on board. But interesting in this story, the 5th generation Eagle platform, it pushes the boundaries of performance for inspection and metrology, and I expect it to strengthen our dominant position in both the TD, two-dimensional and three-dimension metrology in advanced packaging markets. This system is the first in a number of new products that we've been working on in recent years, and will provide inspection and metrology solutions for the upcoming advanced packaging technologies that are characterized by fine pitch, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to take a look at this stock. I took a look in this stock, and I was like, there goes that Akshaya. So we'll take a look. All right, these are the stories that we have in regards to the market. Let's go over to the viewers. Let's start off with our picks from last week. Ryan's picks last week. Let's go see what he did. CBRE, what was that on?
Scroll over to the right. What was that one?
Oh, no,
I feel like
it was your stock. Real estate.
Oh, real estate. No.
Those were your two ETFs for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the interest rates. Yep.
Google and ARM. He's always liked ARM.
It's up today.
It's not that good a stock.
It's up today, Glenn. That's all I know.
Let's do a quick test of his stocks. Look at that, 2.96% outperformed the VectorVest composite. Every stock made money. His biggest mover was ARM. His biggest mover, and then his two real estate, and then Google. All right, good job.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go look at my picks from last week. We'll do the same thing. That's not the right one. Last week. About to say, did I have it? NVIDIA, of which I am in. I'm in NVDL. Still in it. BlackRock, Microsoft, and Intel were in here because of that deal. Apple, because they were releasing the phone. And Boeing was my short pick. I think they've got a lot more downside for like ever. All right. Let's go back to a week ago. 918. Let's do a quick test of the ones outside of Boeing, because Boeing's in a short portfolio. Let's quick test these. Wow, 5%.
There you go.
5%. And Intel, again, this is why I'm thinking about picking up some Intel this week. Short term, I still think the momentum is there. I don't know how much longer, more than a couple of more weeks it goes. NVIDIA, nice move. BlackRock, Apple, and Microsoft both went up over the week as well. So, but the big move was Intel. 5% on my picks last week. I think we both did well. All right. Let's go look at your picks this week, Ryan. And I think I put them all in. Yep, there's Gato and yep. So you want to talk about any of these, or these are just your picks? It's up to you.
Actually, I want you to add Meta to my list.
Why?
The reason why I just saw a news article came by. They had their big event today.
Yeah.
They released their virtual reality headset.
The glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Quest 3.
Yeah.
$499.
Nobody cares though, because
Apple's is $3,500.
Because they're worth it. Remember, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. Hey, go get those little $499 virtual. Whereas the Apples are augmented reality as well as virtual reality. There's a difference. And you're right. It is a lot of money for those. But if you want real access to that technology, Apple's the way to go. You get what you pay for.
But news aside, when I look at the NASDAQ 100 watch list and the VectorVest sub and software, Meta ranked number 2 with VST. What's one of the most undervalued stocks in the Qs.
What's the first one?
NVIDIA.
Oh. What's the
the third one is Melly.
Oh, I know you did a video on Melly.
Yeah.
All right. Shoot, Apple is expensive. John, I know. I know. Nothing from
Happens.
Apple is worth that much. You sound like a hater,
Exactly,
Roger.
yep.
Whatever. All you haters. All right.
You haters.
All you haters. So these are your picks going into next week. My picks going into next week are, again, I'm riding the Intel wave for a little bit. I'm going to be short-term bullish on oil. I think gold is a good play. Qualcomm being able to potentially buy Intel. Natural gas I'm on board with as well right now. I do own some Boyle in a different portfolio, so I didn't mean to hold it for as long as I have, but I do own it. Camtek, again, my only stock in the list, Akshaya, that is a sell recommendation, but it is a fundamentally sound stock with good earnings growth, and it's undervalued. The thing that's hurting it is relative timing.
Akshay, I'm just curious. Is this a stock that you've held and are now losing money during the sell recommendation? Or is this a stock that you're trying to bottom fish on? I'm just curious where you're at with this.
Well, I'm gonna look at that stocks graph real quick.
Oh, and we got to look at that other stock from the super chat.
Who got the super chat?
It was on the last.
Oh,
stream.
that was Bill's.
Bill. Okay.
Yes, all right, that was Bill because you didn't see it.
RKLB.
RKLB. I'm doing that because Bill gave a super chat in the last session. RKLB, and it didn't get looked at. Camtek was on the VV hot list for a long time. It don't look so hot right now, Akshaya.
You know what I see, Glenn?
Huh?
You know what I see?
I see a stock that you might want to buy. What do you see?
Ascending channel.
Channel. You got to draw it then because I'm not seeing. I don't see the channel.
It's an ascending channel.
Go ahead. You draw it.
Freehand line.
Go back to it. Sorry, you broke it. No, right there where it says RKLB. Click on it.
Yep, I got you.
Sorry. How long you been doing this?
Shh.
There's
Long
the
enough,
channel.
buddy. Ascending channel.
All right.
And you see the rejection at the top of the channel today. So, Bill, if you didn't notice the ascending channel, this would probably be the biggest help I could tell you with this position.
I'm going to give you an exit point, though, looking at that. I like this trend line. Ryan, tell me if you agree with that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a tighter trend line.
What the heck?
Depending where you bought it at and depending how much, leeway or wiggle room you're trying to give it. But this thing's a high flyer, and I wouldn't give up too much. I like Glenn's, especially that rejection today. I'd be a little. I'd put the close. I mean, almost right at a stop right at today's open.
Actually, I'm going to give you another buy point. Another level of resistance, right about here. You agree?
You mean support?
Resistance here, now support.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
So, right, and notice that both points are very close to each other as a way to get out. So whether it's the trend line, whether it's the support line, that's probably a good point to get out of the stock if you're already in it.
That's an ascending triangle right here, and then we have an ascending channel. So everything in this, as far as chart patterns, looks bullish.
I agree. I totally agree.
I like it. Yeah, no, thanks, Bill. This is definitely a good stock.
Holy smokes, we drew a lot of lines on this. Holy crap.
A lot of lines on this.
Dang. All right, let's go back to the viewers.
I just wanted to draw by ascending.
Yeah, evidently, we should have had some crayons.
But you saw as soon as I drew it, like it's perfectly set up for that.
Well, you saw it right away, too.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to our portfolios real quick.
Yeah.
All right. My portfolio finally in the green. Nice little move. Up 0.75% today. And up 0.6% overall. I got a double-digit winner. Somebody sent me a text in regards to saying, thank you, Uncle Glenn, for the DraftKings picks. We made this just before the football season started, right? Mm-hmm. Nice double-digit gains. The only one that's losing money right now for me is Microsoft. My stops on these are, there we go. There is Michael Jackson. I love that Joey did that. We got that super. Thank you very much. Type the W's in the room. Is NGD. You want to look at NGD. All right. We're going to look at that stock. I want to look at Ryan's picks. Where's he at? 0.36. Out of his stocks.
We started this, August 21st? Okay.
Yep. and just about all the stocks, with the exception of one, is making money. But both of our portfolios are making money. All right, let's go look at NGD. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the W's in the room. NGD is not my love. All right, Glenn, whose pick was that? It was an AI generated pick. It was a AI. I love that. Every time you give a super chat, that comes up. I'm loving that.
NGD, gold, silver. I like it. But obviously, see the consolidation we're in right now. I'd say surpass today's high. If you're
Interesting.
Not in it already.
I've got lines on here, which means I've looked at it. I've got it. I got a channel. Look at that. Broke through yesterday, came back in. Broke through today, came back in. This level of 321 is a solid level of resistance. If I'm thinking about getting in, I need to see it close above and move higher. If I'm not in it, though, if I am in it, if I'm already in it, I'm going to give you a stop point. If it falls below the trend line right there, that's a good place to take profit. But if I'm not in it, I need it to close above this resistance level and see more confirmation. But there it is. Yesterday it broke through. Today it broke through. Both times rejected back under resistance. Ryan?
I like it. I mean, yeah, a tight trader stop. I like the freehand line. But even if you want to use this as more of a longer term investment, look at our stop price. That blue line, it keeps you in that position. We haven't had a sell rating on it. What is this, the last 3 months?
That's correct. No sell.
So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Our recommendation seems like it's working. But again, our stop is just above 260. Right now it's trading at 315. So that's a big way down. So that's something you got to ask yourself if that's, something that you're willing to risk. Otherwise, Glenn's tight freehand level or even the bottom of this channel, those are the levels I'm looking at.
Okay. Good stock to look at. Thank you for the super chat. Dr. Paul always said, wow, we got another super chat. KGC, Kinross Gold. There it is. Y'all going to keep watching me.
Before I forget, we got to add my gold stocks to our portfolio, or my portfolio this week.
Yeah, I'm thinking about trying to take a gold stock. KGC might be a good play. KGC, again, I'm feeling the gold move. I'm feeling the gold move. KGC is not my lover. Who? It's just the gold who says that I am the one. Thank you for the W's for that, Bill. Yeah. Did I break it? No.
Yeah, how long have you worked here, Glenn?
About 20 years, bro. I'm going to try to put up another one.
Did you see Janice's comment after you said, because I was drawing that line, you asked how long I worked here?
Yeah.
She said long enough to see that ascending channel.
Wow. That's true. That's true because he saw it. I didn't see it right away. KGC. Ooh, look at the big wick at the top. That's kind of icky. Move your mouse for a second.
That high candlestick. I don't like that at all.
Move your mouse.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Let's go. I do see a trend. I like the trend. If it falls below the trend line, which it is right now, I wouldn't mind taking some off the table. Or, better yet, let's go look at Harmony. That I like. Glenn, got to take it if you did. But of course, Janice, you know I can. you know I can. Harmony, on the other hand, nice bigger trend. I do like that, coming off a beautiful level of support. I'm a bigger fan of Harmony than I am of Kinross. Do you agree with that, Ryan, or no? And you don't have to. I know I just put you on the spot just looking at the graphs. Look at these wicks.
At the graphs.
Selling wicks, selling pressure. Go ahead.
Between these two, I would probably have to agree with you and go with the other one.
I do like Harmony. Why does my trend lines just keep moving? Coming off support, closer to the 3-month high. A lot of selling pressure there, but that trend line, and even with today's candle, we're still above the trend line. Mm-hmm. With the Kinross, possibly we're breaking down below the the trend line. Just be careful with that. Poopy wickosity pattern. Which one? That's the technical term. Poopy wickosity.
Poopy wickosity.
And that's on this one. Look at these big wicks on Kinross. It's a lot of selling pressure. Even though it's trending higher, it's a flag. All right, I want to see. Can I put volume on? Well, the volume is pretty okay on Kinross. It's even better on Harmony. These bars are bigger. Harmony, I think, in my opinion, is probably the better play. Or looking at even GLD, looking at the ETF, and Ryan's got a couple of gold in his. Look at that! Look at that! You want to play gold? Ryan, does that not take all of it off the table right there and just say, freak it? Just take GLD. Just take the ETF.
And the ETF is nice and smooth compared to, what would you call it? Poopy wickosity?
Poopy wickosity.
Poopy wickosity.
So, you know something, Bill? I like the NGD pick. I like my Harmony pick, but I like this pick even more. That's for everybody out there, especially if you're gold. Oh, what don't I like about this, Ryan? There's only one thing I don't like about this.
It's pretty parabolic.
No, the gapiosity.
Oh, the gapiosity.
Yeah, the gap. It gaps a lot. It does. That's what I don't like. But following a trend line and following even a closer trend line, the stock looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Bill, I like the NGD pick. I like the Harmony pick better, but I like the GLD pick the best. Ryan, you agree with that?
GLD. I mean, it's the safest pick.
Okay.
Or safer pick, I should say. But yeah, no, I like it. I mean, just looking at the chart, you're gonna be less stressed out with that kind of chart rather than the other two we just looked at.
We'll look at one
You
more.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna look.
GLD is a lot less stressful.
Yeah, look at that. A lot more volatile in Harmony.
Keeps your blood pressure low.
Kinross is not as volatile.
Not as volatile.
All right, GLD and then GDX. There's two of them, so GDX and GLD. All right, let's go back to the viewers tab. We did all of our picks. We looked at the portfolios. We're ahead of the game today.
Are you going to add stocks to your portfolio today?
Oh, yeah. So for my picks, I think I'm going to go with Rolls-Royce. And you know something? I think I'm going to add Intel.
Ooh.
I'm going to put a tighter stop on it. I'm going to ride the momentum on Intel. I'm going to add these to the portfolio. Add to portfolio.
I mean, it's up again another 4%.
I know. I'm being super aggressive with this. 2,000 buy, spend $2,000. 1, 2, 3. Next. Open the portfolio now because on the Intel pick, I'm going to adjust the stop criteria just on that one.
I feel like half your stocks are just the Mag 7.
That's
you
because
just want to put a Mag 7 ETF in there and call it a day, Glenn.
No, it's because I'm amazing. Because I'm amazing just the way I am. Yeah. All right.
I tried telling you during the power hour that Glenn is a singer.
I am a singer. All right. So all of my stocks have a trailing 7. All right, trailing 7, except for now Intel's got a trailing 5. All right, let's go to your portfolio. Oh, I do have a stock in the short. I have Boeing, and it's up 2.64%. A little down overall, but that's my short play. All right, Ryan's long picks. Are you putting anything in yours?
Yeah, I was taking a look. CBR. All right, let's go to my watch list here. So I've got big tech. We are going to add...
Oh, hold on real quick. Trailing 7% means that from the highest point the stock is hit since you owned it, if the stock trails 7% from that point, it will get you out. The beautiful thing is Ryan and I both like that because we can play momentum on the stock. No matter how high it goes. If it goes up to 50%, if it trails 7% from 50, we get out of the game. If it goes up 7% and it trails 7% from that point, we get out dead even. So that's what the trailing 7% is. Jazz says for you to add Meta. What do you want to add to your portfolio?
I'm going to add Meta.
Okay.
I'm going to add Green Brick Partners.
Okay, good pick.
And I feel I'm going to add Marvel. I'm loading up today.
That's silly to go with Marvel.
And of these two, I'm going to do New Gold.
Okay. Add to portfolio. You know I'm only messing with you as far as your picks, right?
I know.
All right. Mine's picks long. You going to put 1,000 per?
Yes. Actually, you know what? Marvel, I'm going to do half a position right now to start out with.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it. Let's load up.
All right. Let's go look at yours. None of us picked MU. You know something? I'm not super on MU. What about you on the earnings?
I'm not sold on it.
Okay. Yeah, earnings does have MU does have earnings. Neither one of us talked about it. I'm with Ryan. I'm not super sold on MU.
Not saying it's bad, just not there.
Why don't I have the
stock right before earnings?
Why don't I have the afternoon market action watch list on my Mark? Really? This is not a watch list though. This is a portfolio.
Now,
this is a portfolio.
Can you scroll over to the right? I just want to make sure that I'm diversified.
Yeah, you're probably not.
Right. Oh, it doesn't show the industry.
No, I'll make it happen though.
Okay.
I'll make it happen.
I'll make it happen.
Dividend, sales market. Sales market. No.
Other. It's under other. Scroll down.
Industry.
Yeah, internet, electronic.
Let me auto fit this because you're probably not at all.
We got gold, e-commerce, building. Oh, that's pretty diversified.
Actually, it's more diversified than I thought it was going to be. It really is.
Stocks, didn't you?
Now I'm gonna call the kettle black because now I'm gonna go check mine. Semiconductor. We both did a good job being diversified.
No, yeah, you did.
Okay, I didn't realize
but
that.
You were diversified in the Mag 7 though, at least.
I told you it wasn't all Mag 7. It wasn't all.
We got Nvidia. Well, okay, I guess Netflix doesn't count anymore. But Apple, Microsoft. So you got 3 out of 7.
All right. But I'm winning just right now.
Winning.
But anything can happen between now and the end. Next year, we're going to start it off in January, and we're going to have a whole year of our portfolios. All right. Oh, ARM is already there. If it's already there, it's in his.
Oh yeah, ARM's in mine.
I can't believe I don't have Palantir in mine.
Practice what you preach.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I don't have Palantir in mine.
I'm just glad ARM is the second biggest return behind Amazon for me. So
well, DraftKings is double-digit returns for me. Call me when you get to be a big boy and have a double-digit return in your portfolio. It took you a minute to get that. I'm watching your face and you're like, what? Oh. All right.
It'll happen.
It'll happen. That's true. All right, let's go to their picks. Customer picks last week. Oh, hot industry picks. Here's some fish.
Yes.
Current hot industry. I had some industry picks last week. There's a process that I go through.
Insurance.
Yes.
That insurance video I did, was it last week or the week before? Did really good.
Because you were on board. You were right ahead of that. Let's quick test these. Look at that. 3.63% on picks that I give you that are the hottest industries. But I go through a cherry picking process to bring the best to the top of the list for you. One that did go down was GGAL, but we outperformed the market over the last week. Here's the current hot industry picks for this week. Again, this is all fish.
I like how you're now testing these picks from last week. That's
yeah, I think that's a good way to at least see if the ideology is working. And that's what I want. So how high did you see Palantir going? You know something? We up to 240. Good. Let me go to my list real quick. And I'm not going to buy Palantir because I would have been prepared to do it. I can't do it. Maybe I'll have a reason.
You just don't want to be pulling from the holster today?
No, I don't. I got to be fair. The fair
Kinda
part
like
of
I
it.
did with Meta.
Yeah, and
Well, Meta, I just threw in there because that news came out right before we started.
yeah, someone's asking how high do I see it going? I'm gonna give you an aggressive price that I've got on Palantir. Is everybody ready? All right, is anybody? If I don't hear nobody respond, I'm not gonna tell you what my price pick is. Are y'all ready?
We ready? All right, let's do it.
All right. My price pick on Palantir is $50.
What kind of time frame, Glenn?
Before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year, okay.
Before the end of the year.
Woo.
All right, before the end of the year, that's my price pick for Palantir, $50.
What is the market cap on Palantir? I'm curious.
Let's go find out. Market cap, Sugarfoot, 1, 2, 3, 79 billion?
Yeah.
79 billion. Because that's in millions. 70, is it? It would be, yeah, I think it's 79 billion.
Okay.
It's not half bad. Glenn,
I mean,
it's
just right behind Intel when it comes to its market cap.
And Intel has been around for how long compared to Palantir?
Long
Glenn, I'm going to put that price in today's date on my calendar. Okay. Bill just typed in Palantir $50. That's all I'm saying. Jake said 65. Jazz says 40. John said 88. I'm saying 50. Wow. So when to add more? That is the question. Got to look at the stock on Palantir. View the stock.
So I just Googled, price targets for Palantir.
Yeah.
The consensus, $22.97.
Wow.
The high on the street, $50.
All right.
The low, $7.50, which is our valuation is right around that level. So
our valuation is. Hold on.
I gotta start to see our value climb up a little bit or something.
Value $7.55.
Do something.
Yeah.
Click on it. I'm just wondering if it's rising value. Yeah,
it's pretty flat.
Pretty flat.
It's pretty flat.
That's my only concern with Palantir. Other than that, I know they're in a great space. They've got a lot of potential, but just the valuation is my concern.
I don't disagree with you. I know that I am super aggressive on the play. I know it. I've told you that. It's way overvalued, but it's just in a hot space.
I wouldn't be concerned if it was way overvalued and we saw value at least steadily rising.
Right.
But just because value is not doing anything, that's my only concern.
And
but as far as the space, it's hot, and as long as the market, there's nothing crazy negative in the market, I think Palantir and the rest of the cybersecurities, they're going to do well over the next 6 months.
Someone said I should add it to my portfolio if you have that price target. I can't because I didn't come prepared to do it today, right? So if I have a reason to do it next week, I will. I want to keep this fair, all right? Because that just means that we can just pick any stock that we want to go. We don't want to do that.
It's got to have news.
That's right. We don't want to do that. We want to keep this fair. All right. Let's go to customer picks last week. I'm only going to take 10 stocks today. I'm only taking 10 stocks today. Let's go.
All right, last week. Let's see how they did.
Quick test.
I don't think Boeing was a
all right,
bullish
I'll
pick
take Boeing off. I'll take Boeing off.
But either way, I think they're negative.
I'll take Boeing off. Quick test.
Who's bottom fishing Boeing? That's the question I want to. Who's buying? Who's buying Boeing right now? I'm not.
I'm not even thinking about it. All right.
Oh, look, they are in the positive 1%.
They were right in
Broadcom.
They were right in tune with the market.
Broadcom
All right.
saved them. And
Ryan, you're gonna call out the 10 stocks.
All right. We got NVIDIA at the top. That was the first one entered.
Okay.
Oh, and then ALSMY. What?
Yep, got it.
Yep. Okay. MHO. SFM.
M as in Mary.
M as in Mary.
Okay.
CVLT. JPM. Janus with FBL.
Okay.
VITL.
Yep.
IESC.
That's another good pick. Is that 10?
I think we're close.
That's 9. Give me one more.
Mr. Matt says VST.
Vistra?
Yeah, Vistra
Okay.
Energy.
Here we go.
10 stocks.
All right.
Well, I will say I do like that majority of these stocks are moving up today and have a buy rating. So
Okay.
that's a plus. Look at the
All
growth
of them
rate
have
in
CIs
earnings.
above 1.
Look at that growth rate in earnings on these stocks. Woo! The only one at 0 is an ETF, so it's just going to be 0. You know.
So they
Other
gave
than
us
that, double digits. The highest one, 53%. Nvidia, no surprise. Second highest one, Vital Farms, 42%. Down at the bottom.
all right.
Good stocks.
Undervalued, overvalued, undervalued, undervalued. Even the cheap stock, undervalued and overvalued. More undervalued stocks than not. All of them have relative values above 1. Just about all of them have. Fundamentally, you gave me all good stocks. All right.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do.
I like this. This is a good group of stocks here.
All right. Put this on
Look
a
at that.
1 year.
Value on the rise, price action on the rise. I love it. I like this right here.
All right.
It's
Yes or
beautiful.
no on IESC?
Yes.
I wonder if I can trade now. No. How did we put these? IESC? Let's go to portfolios. AMA, hot or not? Do we still have that? Somebody gave a super chat. It was Jazz. Thank you, Jazz. Oh, look. You guys put a W in the room. We still got stocks in here, and they're all, look at these stocks. They're all double-digit ups.
Yeah.
I forgot all about
AI,
these.
Calamos. And this was started back in February, it looks like, early this year.
All right.
Yes.
You guys want to add IESC to it? Yes or no? Thank you, Jazz. HNRG, I'll go pick that up. You guys want to add IESC to this portfolio? Yes or no? Ryan, I think we make a command decision and say yes. What do you think?
I say yes.
All right.
I don't see anything popping up in the chat.
All right. I got
VP says no. Ooh, Amir.
Amir. I got it.
$1.99. He said no.
All right. Let's go look at HNRG. HNRG. HNRG and now. All right. Holy smokes. HNRG. Put this on 1 year graph. Ooh. Nice move on coal. Are you sold?
I'm not sold.
I'm not sold yet either. I needed to get above this level of 919. I
We're
love the
already seeing
move.
the upper wick forming in today's candlestick.
I love the move. I like the volume. I'm not sold
It's
till
beautiful.
it breaks
if
through.
you're in it, I wouldn't be concerned. But if you're not in it, is it like $1 away from confirmation? Not
Yeah.
even. I'd wait for the confirmation.
I'd wait for
'Cause right
confirmation
now, all I'm
too.
seeing is a upper wick right at resistance, showing me rejection. So I wouldn't be a buyer right this second.
I like the RT just went above 1, but I like the rising volume on the play. I think the rising volume may push it above that level of 919. If it goes above that, I'd be a buyer then. All right, let's go look at service now. Love the play. Bottom left, top right. Big fall off over the last 3 days. Was this earnings? It was not earnings. Go ahead.
I would say perfect example. This is a stock that's greatly overvalued, but we see the value rising.
Yes.
So if I look at overvalued stocks, that is the thing I want to see. I just want to see value rising. If I don't see value rising, there's just like an underlying fear, like this stock ain't worth
So
it.
Palantir, he's comparing this to Palantir.
Essentially, yes.
Now I love the rising value. I like the rising earnings per share. Yeah. Amir, if you're in it, I see this level of support that I drew. It dropped down below it. I might mitigate my losses by taking that off the table now or taking half off the table right there. The graph looks pretty. I don't know what made these last 3 days happen. I have no idea without looking at the news. Ryan looks like he's checking out the news.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything. But I got a solid level of support that I drew to try to help you capture profits. It's below it.
Ooh, not good.
What happened?
The first article that popped up, Department of Justice civil probe into government deals. This was
All
4
righty
hours
then.
ago.
Then you know something, Amir?
I don't know when you bought it, but I'd start protecting.
Yeah. And because it is below that level of support, I might want to take that off the table.
It says Slide response news. A partner firm, Carasoft Technology, was raided by the FBI. Yep, I'm taking profits. I'm protecting profits.
All righty then.
I hope that was worth your $1.99.
And Akshaya said SAP ServiceNow fall amid DOJ civil probe. All right. There you go.
So yeah, I mean, it looks like a good stock fundamentally. We looked at earnings per share, obviously overvalued. But again, with this scenario going on, I'm in the situation of protecting profits, because the stock's been moving up, and I don't want to just, I don't want you to waste all that time and energy you put into that position making money just to, hold on to it during an investigation. That's usually never a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. And so we're putting ISC into the portfolio. We got to get through these stocks. All right. Yep. So hot or not, this is what these are. These are hot or not. Hot or not, put it in the room. NVIDIA, hot or not?
Hot. It's undervalued. It's moving. Just got a fresh buy rating. The value it won't stop rising. It's hot in my book.
I do own NVDL. You want to call this hot? And it's fine. Yes?
Yeah, I'm saying hot.
All right, we're going to take it. We're going to call it NVDA.
Well, we don't have to. Are we adding it to the portfolio?
Well, that's the whole idea of hot or not, Ryan.
It's been a while since we've done hot or not.
If it's hot, we're going to add it to the portfolio.
All right.
Sigh. How long you been here?
I don't know. I forget. I think I'm halfway on vacation already.
Yeah, your mind is on vacation. That's nothing wrong with that, bro.
I'm halfway to the beach.
It ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm with you on that.
But NVIDIA, I've said it before. I'll say it again. The whole, trying to get, bags, which if you don't know what a bag is, or multi-bagger, just means when the stock price doubles. If I see maybe another bag in his picture, down the road.
Wow, that's aggressive.
But at a $3 trillion company, this is just a safe, big company, that's going to appreciate in value. It's not the old NVIDIA that's going to shoot from $100 to $1,000.
Right.
that ain't happening. So I just want to be clear with you and that for that scenario. This is a great stock.
All right, you're calling the hots or nots today. MHO, hot or not?
I'm going to say not.
Okay, I'm going to say not as well. Anybody else in the room? Just put MHO, hot or not. I'm going to call it not. I don't like this rollover.
Nope.
And even when it originally broke out of consolidation, it broke to the downside before it went up. I'm going to say not.
Not today.
All right. Next one. Ooh, Vistra. Hot or not, Ryan?
Hot.
All right.
Brand new high, full body candlestick, buy rating. I'm saying hot. This is a momentum play for sure. What do you think?
Add trade. VST. Get price. Sigh. What the flying flip? Oh, I know. All right, we getting into Vistra.
It does help when you add some money to the trade.
Shut up, Ryan. All right. Hot or not?
Let's let the people decide on this.
Okay, hot or not? Type in SFM, hot or not? It just may, Ryan, I think AI will be more important than people realize in the next 2 or 3 years. Christopher, I'm with you as well. You guys are saying hot. Yeah, I'm in too. Look at that. Not a lot of volatility.
Beautiful.
That is
Sprouts Farmers. I've never heard of that.
Well, it's because you don't eat good food, so.
I don't eat sprouts.
And that's probably far away from the truth because
he sure they don't have Sprouts at Golden Corral.
He eats a lot. He eats a lot better than I do. Yeah. All right. There we go.
Bill, I was wondering that too. The SMCI split 10-1. What happened to that?
That's going to be on 10-4. I think it's 10-4.
October 4th?
I think it's 10 October 4th.
Okay.
All right.
So, I mean, if it drops, I mean, it's going to be in the 40s. That's pretty attractive for retail traders.
Yeah, but they got to get past the Hindenburg thing. Hot or not on FBL?
I'm going to go hot.
This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is what does Sprout sell chicken fingers dipped in chocolate? Like, wow, really? No, they don't. Ryan says hot on FBL. Okay. FBL, ad trade, FBL. Man, I could put up to 42 more stocks in here.
42. How much money you got in there?
Like at $10.
Oh, I know.
1,000 per position.
That's way too many stocks.
Whatever.
You know, that's
What?
managing 50 stocks.
It's gonna be my own hedge fund.
It's going to be my own hedge fund.
It's gonna be my own hedge
The
fund.
hot or not hedge fund.
My hot or not hedge fund.
Hot or not hedge fund. I like it.
Next one, hot or not. You know, I like the move.
I love it. I'm going to say not today just because it's a down day and it's trending down but overall, but that's a beautiful chart and price is just chasing value. So
I think a lot of people are saying the same thing. Wait. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Next one.
wait.
Goodness gracious. You get CVLT, hot or not. Dang it. I
I'm gonna
need
say
it to,
no,
I
'cause
need it to
rolling
go
over.
above there. It's too
Yeah.
close to there.
It's rejecting it.
Yep. I need it to get above 158.88. CVLT, hot or not? John says hot.
No, I'm going to say not that rollover. Not right at that level of resistance with the rollover we're seeing the past few trades.
I'm going to say not. Anybody else besides John? Alex, not yet. Not yet. VP says not. Okay.
John, I like that. The HON hedge fund.
Wow. Wow. Hot or not hedge fund. I like that. Hell no. Now, I talked about this stock a while ago when it went up. I'm not feeling it now. There's a level of resistance. I got an upward trend.
It's still trying to fill the gap, but gapping on the way to fill the gap.
I say no. Again, I like this at one time. I don't like it right now.
It's a small company. The only thing I really like about it is you do not see many $1, $2 stocks of the VectorVest 7
That are
software
undervalued.
that are undervalued,
Right.
Because we have such a strict valuation critique. I mean, I'm going to say not for the program, but if you're willing to put some money in a little stock like this and see if it grows, this is probably a good candidate.
Hold on. Let's go look at earnings. Earnings is still stepping up. Okay.
Let's see the sales growth rate. Let's look at the fundamentals here.
Yep.
Everything's on the
for a
rise.
stock that's under $2, it's got a lot of good stuff running for it.
Yes,
it is
does.
undervalued, rising earnings, rising sales growth. If you and I'm with Ryan, if you want to throw a little bit of money behind this at $1.99, that may not be a bad play. But to put it into the portfolio, not yet.
No.
All right, not to put it into the. Mr. Matt said, "Hell no." You can't freaking say hell no. Flying flip is going on in here. Okay.
Time out.
And the last stock, VITL, found a level of support, rounding up.
Mm-hmm.
Now went from a sell to a hold. Ryan, you make the call.
I'm gonna say wait.
Okay.
Just because the RT hasn't crossed above 1.
Nice call.
And with that much momentum to the downside, I want a little bit more confirmation. But again, I've talked about this before. It's overvalued, but look at that value. That value is rocking and rolling. That thing is more than doubled in the last 12 months. So yeah, this is a stock I put on your radar, but I'm not going to put on that hot or not list.
I
today.
love the idea of waiting for RT. Wait for the system to tell you that the stock's in an uptrend. Last time it was in the uptrend, look at what the stock did.
It made a whole lot of money.
I like this as a way of waiting for RT to go above 1, keep it on the watch list. I like that. All right, that's the last stock.
Last stock.
All right, so your
good session today.
Your portfolios, the AMA portfolio is looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stocks, double-digit winners.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. And remember, these are your picks. Man, we've been tracking this since January.
Yeah.
Look at that. All right. All right, I'm done talking.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, I think I am.
I think I
Can you put us on whatever screen? Where's the duo screen?
the whatever screen.
There it
Can you
is.
put us
I don't know what it is.
on the
All right, so Ryan, you're here tomorrow, but you're not here tomorrow, or are you? Are you off tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow.
All right,
Tomorrow
then
and
never mind. You got to sign off before you leave then. So Ryan is going to be off for the next couple of days. I'll be filling in for him. I think he and I talk. I think tomorrow's 6 p.m. video is going to be chip related. I want to keep that momentum going. That's what he does on Thursday. So I will try to make sure that I get a chip related story for tomorrow's video.
You can always do a video about ARM.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You mean I could do a video about Palantir? Yeah, you're right. I can always do a video about Palantir, which is much better than ARM.
Not a semiconductor company, but close.
Doesn't matter. It's just a much better stock.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You can't handle the truth. All right. Ryan, don't run into any surfboards. Yeah, I know. Don't be getting girly hurt again. Just don't get girly hurt again.
I went wake surfing this past weekend for the first time.
And you hurt yourself there too, didn't you?
A little bit, but I feel better now.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the gym today, work it out. But hey, are we on the takeout screen, the last screen?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, I just want to tell everybody, if you're in the Southeast, my prayers are with you. The storm's supposed to be up here, I think, by Friday, heading North Carolina. So again, my prayers are with you. Everybody be safe, and I will see you next week. I'm going to leave you with Glenn. I know you're disappointed, but it's all right. He'll do a good job. Sayonara, guys.
See ya.